Okay.
Okay, I'm calling this to order.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's have a roll call.
Arnold,
Here.
Beckwith,
Here.
Farcapisi. Here. Flores, absent. Cotsinis,
Here.
Hamilton, absent. Sutton.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Okay.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Warren Newport Public Library District provides the community with access to information, kindles the imagination of children and adults, and supports lifelong learning. Would anyone like to speak in public comment? Okay, correspondence?
No.
I have one thing that I'm gonna pass around. I don't know, a couple meetings ago, I said that I had received a compliment about a staff person, and Ryan looked into it to figure out who it was, and I just wanted to share with everybody the original is on the bottom and my response is on the top. You can just pass that around. All right, consent agenda. I'm going to remove item A3, executive session for August 4th, 2022, and reports of standing committees for finance. Anyone else want to remove anything else? Who'd like to make the motion?
So moved.
I'll second that. Discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Abstain. Okay, so both of those are not going to be voted on tonight, so we're going to move on.
Okay.
All right, President's Report, page 26. Questions, comments, concerns? Okay, anybody else have a report?
Nope.
No? Okay, you're up.
You might have noticed, if you look at the executive director's report, we were missing services statistics. There was an error in the report, so you have that in front of you that goes with the report. I think a couple of big things, and one I'll save for the next agenda item, but we did easily reach our summer reading program goals of 1 million minutes at the end of July, so really thrilled with that. So that was a really strong effort, and we saw our numbers, I think, bounce back quite a bit this summer. Not quite back to pre-COVID numbers, but we're getting there. We're really getting there, and we had some events that proved it. The back to school event was super successful. Really exceeded our expectations. So that was really an amazing event, and you can see the details in the report. When I came, it was line out the door, and you go in the room. I took a couple of pictures. It was just a packed room, both Univers A and B. And then the tag team Highland Park fundraiser, I was really proud of those Teen Adventure Group kids that did that. So just a lot. There's a lot in this report. A really great month of July, and I think we had a really strong summer. So any questions about anything?
I thought it was great, all the comments that we got about the back-to-school event, and all the different community groups that participated in that. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Have we done this before?
No, that's the first time we've done something like this. Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's awesome.
Yeah, really cool. Anybody else?
Just one thing that reaches out to me, the disconnected graphics drive from daily backup server. What was the situation there?
That had to do with our transition to, Smriti, you're better to address this than me probably. Right? The transition we're making in terms of the moving into the cloud essentially is a quick answer, but.
Okay.
No, is that, George, you want more details?
That's good
or-
enough.
Okay.
Just making sure we didn't break any of our backups.
No, this was a coordinated effort.
You
Yeah.
have something to add?
We're talking about your report, right?
Yeah.
So, under Request for Freedom of Information Act, one says a list of all,
Yeah.
a request was made for a list of all employees,
Mm-hmm.
including name, date, hire title, currently hour, wage, salary. Now, we didn't reply with all of that. I mean, some of that information is public, but not all of it, right?
It's all public, yeah. So
Every
that-
single person's?
Yeah, what they
Wow.
requested, yeah. So, and this is a request we received before from ASME. So ASME is it's a union. I can't remember off the top of my head what they stand for, but they, you know, so to my knowledge, they have not contacted any employees. We don't give contact information for our employees or like home addresses or phone numbers, but they could theoretically take that.
I'm
and-
not trying to stop a union or anything,
Right,
but
right.
I know that some employees are public information. I didn't realize all of them were.
Yeah, that's all public information, so, that you can request, so. Yeah, but, and they've done this in the past, ask me, this is becoming an annual
I
request
was
of
only
theirs.
concerned for
Yeah,
our employees' privacy,
right.
not trying to stop any unions.
Okay, anything else on the report? Okay, next.
All right, so it is my pleasure to introduce you all to our new Deputy Director, Rebecca Raleigh. So, I think.
Congratulations. Thank you so much.
I think most of you probably know Rebecca. She's been our head of youth services since 2019. Rebecca, I don't know if did you start your public library career at Warren Newport? You were here for, I think, 8 years.
I was.
Yeah.
I started in 2005.
Yeah.
I was, yeah.
And then Rebecca went to a couple different stops, and yeah, so we had incredible candidates. I mean, really incredible candidates. So it was a rigorous process, and at the end of the day, Rebecca really just stood out for us with everything that she offered in terms of her commitment to public service, just really everything. Her project management skills, communication skills. So I'm very, very excited. I don't know who's more excited. If Rebecca's more excited. I'm more excited because it's as we know, she's got big shoes to fill. But I know Rebecca's gonna do an amazing job. So I'm very excited about it. So.
Thank you so much. So Catherine and I have had a conversation about the fact that, Noreen, and now you are always, she was driving all the 3,000 board policies, and so we had a conversation about what kinds of documents are in her binder that we could share with you, and we've identified a few, and then once we get it
Yeah.
down, then she'll send it to you.
Okay.
So,
Lots of reading.
All right. That sounds good.
So, yeah, and at least for a while, we are already, into our search for the next head of youth services. So we've got interviews scheduled and everything for that. But in the meantime, Rebecca will be wearing a couple different hats. But hopefully there'll be a quick search. I hope we've got some strong candidates. So knock on wood. So.
I'll make my comments short. I feel like this is so exciting, like the beginning of Noreen's career in this position, and to be there from the beginning to see you step into this role, your role, not Noreen's role, is just so exciting, and I think it speaks a lot toward the library and your leadership in that such a rigorous process, and we ended up hiring from our own great talented staff.
Yeah.
I think our library, that shows what a great job our library is doing in training, and that's it.
Thanks.
anyone else? Okay.
Yeah, so we, with the feedback we received, we made a couple of minor changes to the IPLAR reports. So at this point, unless there's any other changes that someone would like to bring forward now, I would ask the board to
Don't do it.
approve
Gina will kill you.
the IPLAR report. If you want to see a copy of the final version, we have a copy. But we didn't print them with the packet necessarily.
But the changes that people mentioned last time were all made.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, anyone want to make a motion?
I move that the board approve the 2022 Illinois Public Library Annual Report to be submitted to the Illinois State Library pursuant to law.
I'll second that. Discussion? I think we should have a roll call. What?
If you want.
Yeah.
Arnold,
Aye.
Farcapisi,
Aye.
Flores, absent. Hamilton, absent. Cotsini,
Aye.
Sutton,
Aye.
Beckwith.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
And I just want to add, as always, my great appreciation for Gina for coordinating the effort for the FLR. It's a lot of people contribute to it, but Gina is the mastermind and pulls it all together, so I'm always forever
Must
grateful
have
for that.
magnifying glasses, you know.
Okay, audit.
Yeah, just an update. The auditors are coming the last week of August to do, they did the preliminary field work, but they'll be back. And so we're, on schedule. Yeah, that's basically my update. I just wanted to remind everyone that we're on schedule, so.
If anybody gets, I'd like to remind you, they'll usually call one person a year and just answer the questions, so don't be surprised if the auditors call you. Usually it's me or Joe, sometimes it's somebody else, but anybody from the board could be called.
Okay, good warning. I've never
Yeah,
been
it's
called,
normal
so-
process, it's
Okay,
not
good.
anything, and it's required,
Okay,
so.
good.
Okay, the resolution.
So this is page 40 of your packets, and this is not unlike the resolutions the board has passed before. The primary thing we're trying to accomplish here is provide employees that are part-time below that 20-hour per week threshold that don't have the sick leave allowance to give them those temporary benefits in case they need it, because we want to encourage people when they're sick to stay home. We have seen some COVID cases on staff, just like we all have heard of them. It's just, it's still out there. Unfortunately, everything has been, that I've heard, that I know of people that have had it, it's been super mild, it hasn't resulted in anything serious, but we know that COVID's unpredictable, and for some people, it's not a big deal, but for others, it can be would have serious consequences. So we've talked about this, committee of the whole. This we put in here for through the end of February. If the board wanted to reduce that, I'm certainly open to that. And this is something we really haven't had to utilize, because as the resolution states, we'll report to the board when there are people that use this. We won't share names, but we'll tell you. And it's just almost like a safety net, I think, at this point, that it also sends a message to care about staff and giving them the support they need. So any comments or concerns about this resolution?
We haven't had to use it?
No, not for these part-time employees that fortunately. We've had to, when we haven't had the resolution in place, we've had to work with employees to figure out ways for them to make up time, but no, we really haven't had to use this, so.
Okay, I move that the board approve resolution 2022-2023-1, authorizing temporary allocation of paid sick leave for part-time employees as presented.
I'll second it.
Discussion? Roll call.
Sutton,
Aye.
Flores absent. Parkapisi. Aye. Arnold,
Aye.
Hamilton absent. Kotsinis,
Aye.
Beckwith.
Aye.
Ayes have it.
Okay, any other items besides what's on here for the September regular meeting agenda? Or committee of the whole, for that matter?
Is,
Okay.
September, where we have to come early?
yeah,
Yes.
Okay,
6:45.
Yes, it is.
write that down.
I won't be.
Okay, I move that the board enter into executive session 5 ILCS 120/2C1 to review the performance and evaluation of specific employees of a public body.
I'll second that.
All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? Abstained.
What time is it?
7:14. Okay, anyone want to speak in public forum? Anyone have announcements besides what's in here? Okay, who would like to move to adjourn?
Oh, I'll move to adjourn.
I'll second that. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Andrea, this doesn't beat our record though, does it?
No,
Ah,
I
didn't
think
think
the
so.
record's like 23 minutes.